Holly here, and today I'm do Love Naruto. Naruto was a girl and had gravity manipulation. So, let's go. We left off with Naruto training with Jiraiya, and Naruto learning Sage Mode and the Summoning Jutsu. And it's now for the Chunin exams. Part 2. So Sasuke's fight with the random sound ninja would end up as normal and whatsoever. And this time, the Cloud actually made a plan in this 1 month to kidnap Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. So they brought extra troops, and they snuck in extra troops in the leaf. So because they know that Naruto is an S-rank tier ninja. And she has a special Genkai, and if they could get their hands on Naruto, they would actually be one of the most powerful villages thanks to this one girl. So yeah. So, as I said, Naruto's gravity manipulation is not really that strong yet. It's pretty strong, but not that strong. But it's pretty strong, not as broken strong, okay? So it's kind of like this with me. Like, she could just make a certain area around her have gravity or have more gravity or less gravity or whatsoever. So let's continue. So Sasuke's fight with the random sound ninja would still go completely the same, and Shikamaru's match with Tamari would go a bit more different. Yes, the last round, Shikamaru was just fighting a random ninja. A background character. Yeah. And now, Shikamaru was fighting Tamari, and this time Shikamaru actually didn't really give up. He just did the job the easiest and the laziest way possible. With Shadow, what was that called? I forgot. Oh snap! So, Shadow Possession Jutsu, yeah, Shadow Possession Jutsu, and they would go to the wall, and he would make Tamari go to the wall and just bang her on the head and bang her head on the wall. And then Tamari would pass out because of the pain. So, just like what Tanjiro did to Inosuke and whatsoever, just imagine Tamari as Inosuke when she hit the wall. That's basically it. So, it was time for Neji versus Naruto. Neji would say, even though you are strong, Destiny has told for me that I will beat you and I will win this match. As Naruto getting a little bit annoyed by this because she didn't like Destiny or whatever, but she decided to toy with Neji for a bit. As Naruto would say, "Oh really now? Oh really now? Oh really now? So you don't think that the daughter of the fourth Hokage is a genius, a prodigy, and that's ranked here ninja that's in the bingo book that beat Zabuzamu Mochi of the Hidden Mist, has done a ton of missions for the Hokage secretly, and should say, oh really now? So you think that the daughter of the fourth Hokage is a genius and a prodigy is from the Uzumaki clan that's almost extinct and has its unique Genkai, the chakra chains, and has another unique Genkai, which is gravity manipulation. So what do you think would win, a Hyuga or gravity manipulation? I could just make you heavier, as Neji would fall to the ground and he would struggle to get up. As Neji would say, what do you do to me? As Naruto would say, It's quite simple, really. I you were getting me a bit mad because all that destiny and junk. No one is automatically born strong. You need to train and work hard. People can change their destiny. The strong can become the weak, and the strong can be weak, and the weak can be strong. As for you, a prodigy cannot be for you. As for you, Lee is a loser, right? Used to be a loser, the dead loss of the class. But he worked hard, and look where he is now. He's almost a master in taijutsu. And what about Tenten? She changed her destiny or whatsoever. She just worked hard, and she was one of the valuable assets in your team. What about me? I used to be a defenseless little girl. But look at me now. I'm an S-ranked ninja that's not afraid to stand her ground. And she would put her foot into Neji's head. And she would say, destiny means nothing. We can always change our destiny and whatsoever. No one is destined to be something great. No one is like that. So, you either get over it, that destiny isn't everything, or I'll crush your legs, and I'll go for those Nico kneecaps. As you could see, Naruto's teeth, having fangs, and her eyes being a little bit red. As Shikamaru would say, "Hey Naruto, calm down!" As Naruto would calm down, take deep breaths, and look at Neji, who was still on the ground, and would say, "So Neji Hyuga, do you accept defeat or face the consequences?" As Neji would say that he gives up and whatsoever, and yeah. That's basically it. For the Neji fight, Gaara versus Sasuke would go pretty the same, only Sasuke being a bit stronger, because a bit not really that different from his self, but is a bit stronger in this one. Because he wanted to, a bit stronger, that's basically it. And this time he actually got a street to Moi Sharingan. As Naruto would say, "You finally got it? Wow, geez, took you long enough." And she saw Sasuke, awakening his Sharingan, so yeah. As Naruto would say, "So, you finally at least awakened it to its fullest potential? Took you long enough." And Sasuke would grin his teeth, say, "So, I worked hard for this. What would you?" As Naruto would say, I have gravity manipulation. Your Sharingan can't really copy any Genkai or what you want. So technically, it's kind of useless against Genkai users like Haku or whatsoever. And what about Jinchurikis? Like their lava release, their blue fire release, whatsoever. I'm not complaining, but geez, can you stop relying on that Sharingan of yours? And she'll just walk off, not really interested in the fight, but she knows that Gaara is up to something, so she just stand there in the corner. As the fight would go on, and Gaara would turn into his one-tailed Shukaku state, Naruto would use her chakra chains. Yes, they come out from her from her hands, and she would say chakra chains as Gaara would be covered in chakra chains, and Shukaku would come out. Naruto will use her gravity manipulation, but Shukaku is a bit too strong, and Naruto's draining chakra is draining chakra. But thanks to her Uzumaki genes, she's still up. As Naruto tried to take down Shikaku, and she would summon Gamabunta. As she would realize, she won't summon Gamabunta, as she would realize that it was supposed as Grandma would say, hey, you have to wake him up, and Shikaku would go. As Naruto would say, wake him up? That's it! Wake him up! You're a genius, Kurama! As Grandma would smirk. As Naruto would come and would fly off and try to headbutt Gaara, but this won't work in this time. So, she'll try everything to wake up Gaara, but it won't work. So, Naruto decided to do a little sneaky thing to do, to be honest, and it was kinda a bit overrated, and I'm just saying this because I'm just saying that things won't work because I need character development. So Gaara ain't waking up. That's why I'm saying Gaara ain't waking up, because I want character development. So Naruto came up and kissed Gaara on the lips. Yes, character development. As Gaara will immediately wake up bright red because he has a crush on Naruto, and yeah. He turned bright red and Shikaku out. Naruto made a Shao clone and allowed Shao clones to go against Orochimaru and Hiruzen. So Naruto would break the barrier. Naruto's clones would break the barrier because she's a Seal Master technically. So and the third Hokage won't really die. So yeah, Naruto would give Gaara that Token no Jutsu, and this is where Gaara had a large crush on her. And Temari and Kankuro would see this as they would smirk at each other and do their eye contact with. I'm talking about Temari and Kankuro here, okay? Temari and Kankuro now knows that Gaara has a crush on Naruto. As Naruto would raise her hand up to Gaara, and Gaara would take it hesitantly. As Naruto would lift Gaara up, and Naruto would say that she needs to check on the Lord Third, and Naruto's pretty exhausted with this, and she would pass out. Because I need plot convenience and character development, of course. And I need some good opportunities so shifts can happen. So that's when the Cloud Ninja arrived. The Cloud Ninja would try to take Naruto. Because Naruto is now passed out. Because of the amount of chakra loss, and she's a bit flustered too, because that was her first kiss, and at least it was for to save the village. So she passed out due to that. And the Sound Ninja would try to take her, and Gaara, Temari, and Kankuro would defend her. As Temari and Kankuro would say, as one of the Sound Ninjas not the Sound Ninjas, the Cloud Ninjas would take Naruto and run. And Gaara would see this, would run off too. As he would use his sand to fly, and he would save Naruto from the Cloud Ninjas. As he was carrying Naruto bridal style, and just imagine the scene where Minato saved Kushina. So yeah. But Naruto's still sleeping, and Naruto would still see so a bit blurs, and one night as Gaara was carrying Naruto back to the village, Naruto began waking up, and she'll have a big red blush on her face because she's getting carried by Gaara, and it's quite embarrassing. 2, she asked Gaara, 2, you already know. I need character development here, okay? as Naruto would blush really hard and try to cover her face, as Gaara would say, "Well, I returned the favor," as he would smile. As Naruto would say, "Yeah, sure did. You sure did. So may I ask what happened?" As Gaara would explain to her everything as they were still going to the village. As they would arrive, Naruto Team 7 would see Naruto sleeping on Gaara's, arms. Because she passed out again, and yeah. And before she passed out, she said thank you to Gaara, so yeah. As Gaara would say, the cloud tried to take her. And please keep her safe, as he would hand her over to Kakashi with Gaara still blushing because he has now a crush on Naruto, an absolute crush that's totally noticeable. But since Naruto is blind, not really blind, but still, she's blind and doesn't know that Gaara likes her, so yeah. Shikamaru would get this feeling of jealousy a bit. Shikamaru would get this feeling of jealousy because, I mean, I really love this series too much. So yeah. So, Naruto. So yeah, that's basically it. Never mind. So, Gaara and the Sand Siblings and everyone came back and it was time for the Tsunade retrieval arc. So, I think I'll do that for the next episode, maybe. But for this time, I'm just going to do this now. Because I want to say sorry to you guys about not really posting. So let's continue. So Naruto woke up in the hospital with the Sand Siblings, Kakashi, and Team 7. As Kakashi would say, "Naruto, you're so careless." As Naruto would say, would rub her head, saying, I'm sorry, Kakashi-sensei, I'm sorry, Kakashi-sensei." I should smile. As Gaara would blush a bit because... And Gaara's a bit annoyed now by Tamara and Kankuro because they keep on teasing him about it. As Tamara would say, "Hey, so... did you know?" And Gaara would cover Tamari's mouth and he would say, "Say that and I will kill you." As Tamari would say, "Oh man." As Tamara and Kankuro would just shut up. As they would explain a lot of things to Naruto, and Naruto would nod, and Naruto would try to stand up, and Kakashi would try to stop her because she just got out from the hospital, just woke up, and to his surprise, Naruto actually got up and was safe and well. Because 1, the Uzumakis have a lot of chakra, and 2, Kurama's healing factor is legit, is really well. Naruto would say, "Whew, that is a lot of work, and I have to go. I'm going to. Hey guys, you want to go to Ishiraku Ramen?" As they would agree, and as by now Gaara and Tamara and Kankuro had left. Because When Naruto was about to wake up, Temari, Kankuro, and Gaara was already left. And let's go to Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, and Shikamaru would go to Ichiraku Ramen, and Naruto's kind of paying. And let's go to Gaara, Temari, and Kankuro's perspective. Temari would say, "So Gaara, you like her? Should I tell Dad?" As Gaara would say, "Shut up." As Kankuro would see what Temari's doing, as he would join in. Kankuro would say, "So we're planning to tell. So when's the wedding?" As Gaara would blush a lot, saying, "Shut up," as he would say, stuttering. As Temari would say, This is actually the first time you actually stuttered, Gaara. This is the first time I've heard you stutter in years. And nervous too. So should I tell Father that you have a crush? And it's also a Jinchuriki? She's also a Jinchuriki? As Gaara would say, "No, shut up." As they were now, a few days later, teasing him, they were now at the Sand Village. As Temari, Kankuro, and Gaara. As Temari would say, "Kankuro, come on! We're going to tell Dad!" As Gaara would try to chase after them, saying, "Don't you guys tell Dad! Don't you dare!" As Temari and Kankuro would say, "We're telling Dad!" As they would run up to the Hokage's office, and as Temari would knock on the door, and Kankuro would guarding, watching out for Gaara, as he would see Gaara over in the corner, and Temari walked in, and Kankuro decided to follow her, as the Kazekage would say, "So, how was the Chunin exams?" As Temari and Kankuro would say that it failed, but Gaara has a little crush. And she's quite powerful too. As by this time Gaara barged in, saying, "I do not," as he would have a red blush on his face. As the Kazekage would say, "So, who's this girl that Gaara likes?" As Temari and Kankuro would say, "Oh, they met at the tuning exams." As Temari would say, "Yeah, Gaara thinks she's cute." As Gaara would say, "I do not," as he would still have a little blush. As Kazekage would ask what is her name. As Temari and Kankuro, Temari would say, "Oh, her name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, or the Flash Step Ninja." As Kazekage would say, "Really? That's really interesting. So," and Temari, Kankuro told Kazekage about the stuff that happened in the Chunin exams, and Temari would barge in saying the last thing. And she was Gaara's first kiss. As Gaara would turn bright red, bright pink, and say, "Temari." As Temari would say, "What? I totally ship you guys. You guys make a cute couple." As Gaara would blush even more this time now. As the Kazekage was a bit intrigued, and he would say, "Tell me all about it." As the Sand siblings would tell the Kazekage about everything, and Kazekage changed a bit because and this time the Kazekage isn't that mean or trying to kill Gaara. He actually loves all his children equally. So yeah. As the Kazekage would say, "Yep, I totally ship it." once you got together, I'm totally accepting everything you do. I'm totally accepting this. As Gara would turn bright red, saying, "I'm leaving!" As he would turn into the sand, he would teleport into sand. Now let's go back. So, a few weeks later, it was time for the Tsunade retrieval arc. The Hokage called Shikamaru, Sasuke, and Naruto, Team 7 into the trip. Team 7 basically, and he would say, Team 7, you have Team 7, you have shown your worth in the Chunin exams and whatsoever. So I have, from here on out, dubbed you as Chunin, as the Hokage would give them their Chunin best. So this is what Naruto is going to look like now. She's going to have a new outfit, so let's go. So guys, it's going to be her new outfit. It's just a slight change in hairstyle and a slight change of colors. That's basically it. So that's basically it. Here's the difference, okay? Okay, so the video footage wasn't really that clear, and I had to remake the other OC since the OC that and I don't really know the exact colors, but this is how I came up with. So yeah. So there's a slight change in the outfit. So her t-shirt is now the color of her jacket, and her hoodie is now sleeveless. It's a sleeveless hoodie with, there's a little bit of opposite stuff. That's basically it. And instead of putting her hair down now, she put her up in pigtails. That's basically the change for her outfit. So I guess we shall now continue. Sasuke, Naruto, and Shikamaru have now been promoted to Chunin. Yay! So let's continue. So after a day later, Jiraiya came to Naruto's doorstep asking her if she can go along with him to find Tsunade. Naruto obviously agreed. So yeah, let's go. And so they went to the inn, and Jiraiya left Naruto there to do some research. So Naruto was sitting there all alone, just toying with her gravity manipulation, just making things float and stuff, so whatsoever. So let's continue. Naruto heard a knock from the door, and since she's not really that dumb, she would put a shout clone, and she would escape from the window, and she would then make the shout clone cover up her tracks. So yeah. The shadow clone opened the door saying, "Hey, Jiraiya!" Oh, so it wasn't really that clear that Naruto escaped, as that she opened the door, and Naruto, the shadow clone opened the door saying, "Hey, Jiraiya, say?" No, she would say, "Oh, hey, Pervy Sage." As she would see Itachi, Uchiha, and Kisame. As Naruto would say, "Whoa, is that Samehada?" As she would look at Kisame. Kisame would say, "Wow, so how do you know about it?" Naruto would say, "I read a lot in the library." So, it's a chakra draining sword that can drain Biju chakra. Right? As Kisame would nod his head, I actually surprised that this kid knows so much. As the Shadow Clone would say, so you guys are the Akatsuki, right? As Itachi would say, yes, and how are you so calm about it? As Naruto would say, would just not. The Shadow Clone Naruto would just shrug her, just shrug. And meanwhile, Naruto made another Shadow Clone to go to Jiraiya. As Itachi would say, okay, Naruto's a Maki Namikaze. You either come with us, or we'll take you by force. Naruto would say, I think that I will have to take you by force. As she would poof, and Itachi and Kisame would think a Shadow Clone, as they would see two kunais coming for them, as they would try to dodge, but their feet were stuck to the floor. As Itachi and Kisame, no, this time there's a lot more Akatsuki members, because they know that Naruto is actually an S-rank shinobi. There are actually two more Akatsuki members. Let's say Deidara and Tobi. Yeah, Deidara and Tobi. As Tobi would say, Deidara senpai! Deidara senpai! As Deidara would say, our feet are glued to the floor. As Naruto took some kunais and aimed for their Nico kneecaps. And Itachi and Kisame would get hit by them. As Itachi's knees would be aching, and so would Kisame's. As Naruto, being the shinobi she is, would make the gravity. Being the kind shinobi she is, would stick more kunais into their Nico kneecaps. And she would stick some kunais into both their elbows. As Naruto would say, well, banana, banana. Well, wow, you guys remind me of my friend Ino. We're not really friends, but you kind of remind me of her. As Deidara would say, I guess we need more backup. As Deidara would try to attack Naruto, but realize it's just another Shadow Clone. Tobi would say, Deidara senpai! As Deidara would have a kick to his stomach. And it would send him flying, because this kick was really powerful, kind of like Tsunade's. Deidara would think to himself, This kick is just like Tsunade's. As Tobi would say, Deidara senpai! As he would try to save Deidara. So yeah. Tobi would get serious, but not really get that serious, and Naruto would try to dodge some kunais. Tobi would do his, whoa, you almost hit me there. Would dodge and say, whoa, you almost hit me there. You almost hit me there, as Naruto would grind her teeth. Now, a few minutes later, Naruto actually landed a hit on Tobi on his kneecaps. Yes, she coming for those Nico kneecaps. And then she stabbed Tobi in his elbows and whatsoever. But Tobi had no other clue but to activate his Sharingan, and So he phased through the kunais and he fled with Itachi and Kisame. When Jiraiya came, he saw a whole battlefield and he would ask, Naruto, what happened? As Naruto would say, the Akatsuki, they're after me. A boy that kind of looked like Ino that had hands on his, mouths on his hands, and he kind of had the hairstyle of Ino. And the other one was Itachi Uchiha, and one was the wielder of Samihara. Another one had a mask, and to the looks of it, he's an Uchiha. I saw the red blazing Sharingan in one of his peepholes. As Jiraiya would say, I'm just glad that you're safe, okay? As Naruto would nod, saying, I'm safe, Jiraiya-sensei. They did a good job. I stabbed their Niku kneecaps. As Jiraiya would laugh, saying, so, you outsmarted Itachi Uchiha? Naruto would say, to be honest, it's quite easy because of my Kikagenkai. The gravity manipulation thing, but I have to keep my village safe, and I want to keep my village safe. So, I'll do whatever it takes. And I got some information on them by just looking at them. They said each other's names, not really smart though if they wanted to be an identity. So, the first one kind of looked like a shark, but his name is Kisame, the wielder of Samihara. Next one was Itachi Uchiha. I've got a lot of information about him, thanks to the library. And turns out, he's not really the guy to massacre a whole clan. He must have been forced to. And when I got into the Uchiha massacre, or the Uchiha compound, I've seen all the Uchiha's dead bodies with no eyes. And for some reason, I'm kind of suspicious of Danzo. He always covers his eye. And for some reason, he always covers his eye, and it will never heal. He never really talked about it. And also his arm. Because you have the great healer Tsunade, and I've been spying on him for a while now, and I've looked through his documents through the route, and turns out that he was the one who forced Itachi Uchiha to massacre his whole clan behind the Hokage's back. So, but thankfully I did this. As Naruto would poof the Shadow Clone Jutsu and on the wall, and turns out it was Itachi Uchiha, and let's go back to the Akatsuki. As they would go back to the Akatsuki, the transformation jutsu would run out on the Naruto Shadow Clone, and it would transfer back to Naruto, saying, No. The Naruto Shadow Clone would transform as Itachi, and they would go to the office doing their little report. The Naruto clone would gather information by talking with other of the Akatsuki members and just making some boiled eggs. So Naruto got some information, and when Zeta spoke, she called in a meeting. She made up with Kisame, and she said, Well, the wielder of Samehara, as Kisame would say, Itachi, what's wrong with you? You've been acting weird. As all the Akatsuki members would agree, saying, Oh no, you're falling for an amateur trick. As the clone will transform to Naruto is saying, with all them looking at Deidara, Tobi, and Kisame. Naruto would say, my, I've got a lot of information on you all. Damn. You guys are not really aware of at all if I was a fake or not. I've got a lot of information and intel on you now. Especially you. Obito Uchiha. This is quite interesting that you're actually Obito. Kakashi's childhood friend. And all your innocence was all an act. So to hide that you're actually the leader of the Katsuki. Wow. I can't believe you guys, an S-rank shinobi, an S-rank, a legit S-rank shinobi force, shinobi danger, actually has one of the lowest security here. Well, that's a shame. I had to tell this intel on you. As Kisame would show the kunai at Naruto, and it would chant, as it would dodge, and she would say, "Now, violence is not really needed." As you can tell, your friend Itachi Uchiha is at the Leaf Village for rather questioning. So, I'd love to see what your reactions are. I was planning to bring Itachi Uchiha back to the village. Not only because of Sharingan, because I knew everything. What happened the day of the night of the Uchiha massacre? Turns out he was actually forced. So I'm bringing him back to the village and having Danzo executed. And if you guys try to hurt me, you won't, by the way. This is just a shell clone. Well, bye-bye. She'll stick her tongue out and will shield poof. As the Katsuki were now more aware of stuff. Because a 12-year-old now know all about their plans and whatsoever. So yeah. A 13 or 12-year-old, 12 to 13-year-old now knows their plans whatsoever. What will the Katsuki do? Now, this is now it, bye guys. So this is where Relly signing off. Bye!